Good evening. I'm Julio Elizalde, Artistic Director of the Olympic Music Festival, and this is violinist Stella Chen. Stella, thank you for being with us. This is our performance, The Voice of the Violin, with music by Beethoven, Brahms, Tchaikovsky, and Wieniawski. We're so glad that we can share this performance with you. This is the close of our 2020 Virtual Salon Concerts. I wish I could say go to olympicmusicfestival.org for the next one, but this is the end. But you can always go to our website and review what we've had, and as always, please share these performances with your friends and family. We want these to be heard all over the world if possible. So the first piece on tonight's program is by Beethoven, his Violin Sonata in E flat major. What's this piece to you?
It's one of my absolute favorite Beethoven sonatas, and I always get complaints from pianists when I want to play it because it's so freaking hard.
I think twice every time before I perform one of these pieces. Yeah.
But it's also it's special because it's so bubbly and very, very lively in a very positive way, which you don't always get from Beethoven. And so we really, really enjoyed working on it, and I just think champagne and bubbles when I hear it.
That's it. So yeah, the piece is so wildly virtuosic for a violin sonata for both of our instruments. It's a real challenge, and in particular because we have to really align and sound very similar in the way we play the material, because otherwise it doesn't sound like it's blending the right way. The second movement is this beautiful slow movement in C major. It's also a challenge, hard to find a tempo that we both feel very good about. And then the last movement is just a wild romp.
Yeah.
How's it playing?
I think one of the most fun things about it, and also the most difficult, is finding that balance of spontaneity, which is incredibly essential to the music, but also just lining up and sort of being spontaneous together, because we're both doing crazy things, and they need to line up, but it also needs to sound like very tossed off, and like it just happened to work out.
Well, let's see if we get lucky. Here's Beethoven's Violin Sonata in E flat major. So that was Beethoven's Violin Sonata in E flat major. Hope you enjoyed that. The next piece on the program is by Johannes Brahms. Brahms is, I think, one of the interesting composers. I talked about him earlier in the season because the great pianist Mary Pariah has said that if he could meet any of the composers of the past, it would have been Brahms, because he felt Brahms was the first composer who truly knew that he was going to become part of history. And we know that Brahms was burning music constantly. There's supposedly a second violin concerto that he was drafting that he abandoned. Another cello, an actual cello concerto that he abandoned as well, and there's tons of piano music that disappeared. So he knew he was leaving a permanent, legacy, an output that would be examined. The violin sonatas are interesting because he came to them late in his life. He didn't write them early on. And this sonata is really at the end of his life, the Violin Sonata No. 3 in D minor. What's it like working on this piece?
It's a big piece. It's quite exhausting, actually, both mentally and emotionally and physically, to perform. But I think we did some really great work, and it's symphonic in nature. It's in 4 movements, and the other 2 sonatas are in 3 movements. So it's just huge in scale and very haunting, very tragic. Same key as his Requiem. And a lot of those same profound and monumental sort of feelings when we play it. Yeah.
I think the first movement is very lost and constantly lashing out. It's this juxtaposition of those two things. The second movement is easily one of his most famous melodies that he ever penned. The third movement is an unusual scherzo. Usually we think of scherzos being very either fast and very brilliant, but in this case it's very shadowy, and it's hard. It's like you're always playing kind of quietly with a lot of transparent sound. And then the last movement is one of his most fiery creations. It's very hard to feel like you can catch your breath in the last movement. So it's been actually, I really enjoyed working on this with Stella. So here's Brahms Violin Sonata No. 3 in D minor. So that was the Brahms Violin Sonata in D minor. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, we are so lucky that so many people have come together to make what we're doing possible. What's it like for you doing this kind of project? Because we've probably taken almost a mini sabbatical at this point, not really performing. What's it been like doing the music like this?
It's been a very emotional process. I remember when we started the Archduke Trio, I was just at a loss for words, because we all know abstractly what music means to us, but not having played music with people for 4 or 5 months, it really hits right at the heart. And it's just been such a blessing to do this in a safe way, and just thank you to everyone who made it possible, because it really means everything to me.
Well, and we're thankful for everyone who supports the Olympic Music Festival. These concerts are free. We wanted them to be free so as many people in the community could enjoy them and to just find some escape from everything that's going on. We still need your help, though. Ticket sales are a huge part of our operating budget every season, and to lose all of that puts things in a very concerning place. So we hope that maybe you might consider making a donation. The general cost of a ticket during our normal concerts is $40. Maybe you might be able to do that. If you can do less, anything helps. We're still working very hard to get to our goal of our 88 keys, $1,000 per each key. Many people have come together to actually cover quite a bit of the keyboard at this point, but we still need your help. If that's in the realm of the possibility for you, that would be amazing. But otherwise, even if you can't donate, we would ask, just share these concerts, send the link to your friends, your family from anywhere around the planet. It would help us a great deal, and we're really, really thankful for your support. So for the next two pieces, it wouldn't be a violin recital without some real violin music. And I thought it might be interesting for you guys to get to know Stella's violin that she has here. So can you tell us about it?
Yes, this beautiful work of art is the Huggins Stradivarius. It's on loan to me from the Nippon Music Foundation. Incredibly lucky to have it. It looks beautiful in addition to sounding beautiful. It has a one-piece back, which is unusual, and it's unbelievable to hold it and play it every day.
And what year is it from?
1708.
1708.
Yeah. So it's in beautiful condition, very, very well maintained and preserved. And it's beautiful to look at, but it's even more beautiful to listen to. And it's just capable of such a wide palette of colors. And in a huge hall, it projects right to the back of the hall, even if you play very, very quietly. And so I'm so lucky, and it's especially fun to play a piece like the Tchaikovsky Meditation on it, because there is such room to explore colors. And
tell us a little bit about this piece.
So Tchaikovsky originally wrote it as the second movement of his concerto, but decided against it. But it's still, an extremely moving, meditative, yet complex sort of tune that hits emotionally from the second you hear it, and sort of just doesn't let you stop listening until the end. So that's how I would describe that.
So here's Tchaikovsky's Meditation. So we hope you enjoyed that Tchaikovsky. Now for the final piece of the concert, and also the final piece of this summer for us, a real party piece, the Wieniawski Polonaise in D major. So Stella, tell us about this piece, real violin showstopper.
That's exactly what it is. It's a real party piece, and it's really hard. It's amazing how much he packed into just those 4 or 5 minutes. Technically, because I'm flying all over the fingerboard, but also surprisingly emotionally as well, which is kind of, I think it's one of the reasons I love this, because I don't feel like I'm just working to be a clown, and there's some real emotional moments through the course, and I feel like I'm on a journey and taking the listener through a journey.
So here's Wieniawski's Polonaise in D major. Well, folks, that's it. Stella, amazing, amazing, and it's been a pleasure sharing all of this music, this concert, and everything else. We're so glad that you were able to join us. Again, the performances will be available through the end of September at our website, olympicmusicfestival.org. Thank you for being with us, for supporting us, and for sharing what we're doing. We can't do it without you. So in any case, we'll see you next season. Have a good night.